Alright, lads, so today announced this morning we do have the return of Menina, Bambietta, and also Candice all in their swimsuits. They're here, they're returning tomorrow, and they'll be lasting until the 18th. Is this banner worth summoning on? Well, the banner is basically like it was last time it was here. It features all swimsuit characters. So if you are a fan of all of these characters in swimsuits, or you want what they offer, then by all means, go ahead and summon. It really is a collector's banner for the most part. You can afford to skip it, but at the same time, if you want them, you might as well go for them. Now, before we do talk about the characters once more, there are 3 things I need to talk about. First and foremost, Movie 1 Ichigo is returning. Now, this might not seem like a big deal, but this is the first time he has returned in over 1,100 days. Literally, the last time he was here was September of 2021. He's not really that good of a unit. More so just a collector's item that has a really good soul tree for any hot character. But the excitement really comes from the collectors because he has been one of the rarest characters in the entire game. The second thing to talk about is this upcoming mid-month announced on the 16th, so only a week away. This banner, the Swimsuit Bambietta, Candice and Menina, will still be out. It's lasting until the 18th. So if you are tempted to summon this banner, doing more than the discounted steps, I would recommend waiting until the 16th to see what mid-month is going to be. Now, obviously, it's just a mid-month banner, but remember there is a chance mid-month could be a 1000 Year Blood banner, more specifically though, featuring Quincy characters. If you watched some of my videos in the past week, I've mentioned it and I'll keep mentioning it so people know. While it's not guaranteed, we do know this upcoming mid-month is going to feature a Quincy summon ticket to the likes that we saw with the Storybook ticket where you can get 1000 Year Blood War units. This ticket released alongside new 1000 Year Blood War Storybookers, so since it seems like we are getting a Quincy ticket, it's assumed we're also going to get 1000 Year Blood War Quincy's released alongside them. This banner isn't going anywhere, it is here until the 18th, so if you are tempted to summon, I would just say, hold out a couple days, see what mid-month is. If you're not interested, then go in on this banner. The third thing, and one thing that we have learned since this banner was first introduced, because it is a first for BBS, it's 1000 Year Blood War units as swimsuit characters, seasonal units. We didn't know how these characters would be treated. Would they be classed as seasonals or would they be classed as 1000 Year Blood War? And for the most part, it does seem like they are 1000 Year Blood War characters. While it doesn't necessarily deconfirm, but there is a pretty big chance they aren't going to be in this upcoming poll selection banner because they are 1000 Year Blood War characters. October is always the month where a swimsuit banner returned for the very first time. It was expected these characters were going to return this week. And every time the swimsuit characters do return, the recommendation is always to skip it because they're going to be back in 2 months' time in a significantly better banner with some of the best characters released in the entire year. And I would love to say the same thing for this banner, but we generally can't tell. KLF have definitely been a bit lenient on the limited aspect of 1000 Year Blood War characters. We literally have a ticket right now that I can give them. We also finally got 3 multis during the anniversary, which featured 1000 Year Blood War units. So there is a chance they could be in the upcoming post-selection banner, which will be happening December 25th, but it's not guaranteed to happen. So you really are taking a gamble here if you summon on this banner with the idea that they might not be in post-selection. But even then, if you do summon for these characters, let's say you don't get the character you want, well, if they return in post-selection, no one's really going to complain, right? I do hope they are in the upcoming post-selection banner, but as of right now, these characters more so look like 1000 Year Blood War units, especially because they were featured in the free 1000 Year Blood War summon. But with that said, let's talk about the 3 returning characters. So first up, and definitely the best in the banner, is going to be Swimsuit Bambietta. One thing to note with her is that she is going to be a featured character in the upcoming Limit Breaker quest, where she's the most ideal character in slot number 2. Despite her given Guild Quest-centered skills, she's actually a really good unit that is equally as good outside of Guild Quest content. The reason for that is because base damage is Berserker plus 40%, she has Frenzy plus 2, and when you inflict a stat ailment, which keep in mind she is a melee Aaroniero killer, with an increased chance to inflict stat ailments, she will then get an 80% spiritual pressure boost. Alongside that, she does have 1 enemies defeated bonus, where after getting 25 kills, she will increase your team party's killer effect by an additional 20%. This is really good for Guild Quest content, co-op content, and even of course Limit Breaker content. Her status ailment combination is one of the best parts about her, as it is paralysis and lacerate, stopping the enemies in place, allowing you to have an easy time attacking the enemies, especially in Limit Breaker. But then lacerate is also a very powerful combination, once more especially in Limit Breaker quests, because the damage over time really does start to add up as the enemies in that quest have significantly large amounts of HP. 1 tick of damage from this lacerate stat ailment can do sometimes upwards to 1,000,000 damage. It is really that good. Especially with the fact that she has the increased chance, it basically ensures that any enemy she does attack, most of Aaroniero, they're instantly paralyzed and they're instantly taken damage over time. One thing to mention too, Lacerate as a bonus ability does allow you to do 40% more damage, and because she has Long Stride built into her skill set, the best bonus abilities to get to this character is 40% damage to lacerated enemies and also full stamina. Alongside that, she has a really good strong attack hit, and then like I mentioned, she is a Guild Quest character, so she gets even better in Guild Quest content, getting more killer effect, more melee damage, and also Frenzy +3. When she really can outperform someone like Kilgay, and Kilgay is an amazing character. He's good enough if you have him for Guild Quest content, but Bambietta is a more updated version of him to a certain extent, just being able to clear faster, dealing more damage, and more consistent with the status procs. And again, it's a very good status combination, as it does allow your teammates to do more damage themselves and also have an easy time attacking the enemies, since the bosses will be just instantly paralyzed. If you've been looking for a good Bambietta, or mostly just a really powerful swimsuit character, this Bambietta is basically the best example of that. Really good unit, and I'm hoping to get her in the 2 discounted steps that I will be doing. The next character is Candice. In her case, she is a ranged normal attack damage character that once more is another Guild Quest unit. In her case though, she strictly really only wants to be used in Guild Quests, as outside of Guild Quest she really isn't all that special more so. The Guild Quest she wants to be using though offers no alternative options, as she is a ranged Sternritter killer. Ranged Sternritter Guild Quest right now really only has 2 good units, this Candice as a normal attack damage character, and also the recent 9th anniversary 1000-year Blood War Toshiro. He is more so a lead and SP character that you use alongside Candice. Having either or will make your team better and able to easily clear very hard, but having both in the same team makes the team even better. And that's really all she's going to offer on your account: a ranged normal attack damage character, more damage in Guild Quest as she does get Flurry 2, more killer effect, more range damage, high bruiser value at 100%, and 20% of that can be given to any speed attribute character's normal attack. She also provides a team boost with the booster skills, so she's overall capable of doing really good damage. For those Candice fans that do want to get an extra use out of her, you can potentially even use her in Brave battles, believe it or not. Obviously, right now, the Brave Battle meta is all about speed characters with team boost. It's the only attribute that can reliably get off team boost to give your team a stat advantage. Since Renji is one of the more dominating characters in the Brave Battle meta, unironically, Candice does make for a decent counter, despite her not really being made for Brave Battles. She's really just there to stall, she's really just there to boost the team, and I have seen people use her in Brave Battles, especially if you do have her duped out at Max Transcendence, which I know not everyone's going to have. I don't even have the character myself, but that is something the hardcore Candice fans can potentially do in the current Brave Battle meta. So more of an auto character, someone you're going to use in Guild Quests that is able to boost your team and do more damage, and also at the same time potentially get a use out of her in the current Brave Battle game modes. Our last character is going to be Menina, a great Link Slot farmer, especially in the new updated Link Slot trials. By using this character, you're getting 5 extra Link Slot potions and 10 extra Super Link Slot potions for the heart attribute. That's the main reason why you would use a character like this, just to get extra drops. And she's the only character in the Mind attribute that can offer 10 additional Heart Super Link Slot potions. Her overall strong attack here and what she offers in the team is actually really good, making co-op content super easy. And with the new Link Slot trials, the content itself has gotten easier, but she basically makes it trivial. She has Guard Break and Pierce Iron Skin, so she's able to go through the damage negating abilities that the enemies do have. And since she was given Frenzy +2, a 50% Berserker, and also 100% more damage to enemies not afflicted by an ailment, she's essentially shown to one-shot most of the enemies and do a lot of damage to any boss that spawns in. She's immune to every style element, she has a team barrier and also heal, making it a really good co-op character. She's strictly a character you only want to use in Link Slot trials to farm Link Slot potions and Super Link Slot potions, but she is a good character for that, and right now the best character. Although I will mention, considering the fact that Link Slot trials has gotten easier when compared to the original Inheritance trials, there is in a way less of a need to go for this character, because in comparison for Inheritance trials, when it was a lot more difficult to clear the quest, that was a big difference between her and the currently existing Super Link Slot farmers in the Mind attribute. Because Link Slot trials is easier as a quest, you can be just as fine using your normal Link Slot characters. But obviously she does offer more drops, so she does have that value going for her. And that's the 3 returning characters. I think they've aged quite well. I mean, Bambietta is still a great Guild Quest character, the best lead in the melee Aranka Guild Quests. She's getting a time to shine once more in Limit Breaker, and in general, she'll be a really good character whenever you can bring melee technique characters or a character with Aranka Killer. She also just makes for a really good unit too, especially if you are a fan of swimsuit characters, more so Bambietta. Candice is and has always been a Guild Quest unit. She's definitely not getting replaced in Guild Quest anytime soon, and now technically has more usage if you want to take it into Brave Battles. And then Menina is still the best Super Link's of Farmer in her attribute. For the other characters, Rangiku is a very similar character to Menina, offering 5 additional Links or Potions, Super Links or Potions, and 30% more droplets for the Mind attribute. She has Pierce Iron Skin, Frenzy +1 with 100% more damage, making her a really good character for once more Link Shot Trials or any epic raid content. Ririka is a +10 Links or Farmer, giving you more Links or Potions if you want to farm Links or Potions. She's a great character to use. Likewise with Mila Rose, she's the exact same, in this case just for the speed attribute. Neliel is a Links or Farmer and also Super Links or Farmer, a worst version of Menina. But if you are missing a Super Links or Farmer for the Mind attribute, you have 2 characters to pull for her. And since Link Shot Trials as a quest is easier, you might be able to get away using her in 2024. Same goes for Momo. She also has some usability in the ranged no affiliation guild quest as a team booster. And then Isane is a Links or Farmer, also offering 30% more droplets. The entire banner is basically just a Linkshot banner. If you are new and you're missing Linkshot units, droplet units, super Linkshot units, pretty much every character here besides Candice and Bambietta are Linkshot farmers, and they're all usable in my opinion. The 2 that aren't Linkshot farmers are still meta GQ units, and in the case of Bambietta, a really good unit. So like I said, you can kind of afford to skip this banner if you already have what these characters offer in other character options. You don't need to summon on this banner, but I wouldn't blame you for summoning, because I myself will be doing 2 steps as discounts in the hope to try and get dupes of Menina, Moso Bambietta, and also Candice. As far as the banner format does go, it's a normal banner format. So you get your discount, your guarantees every 5 steps. And I guess it's nice. Not many people are going to do it. But if you are really tempted to go down to 0 all the way to step 25, you can freely know that you are going to pick the character you want on this guaranteed anime special choose a 5-star ticket. You get to pick either Candice, Menina, or Bambietta. Not many rerun banners get that pity ticket, and we're only getting it right now considering that the anime is back. It's a good celebration. That seems to be the norm right now. Whenever a banner does return during big celebrations like the anime return, like the anniversary, like end of year, they are going to come with pity tickets. So the next time this banner does come back, it might not have the pity ticket. So you might want to summon all the way to step 25 if you really want to. I personally wouldn't, but you got to do what you got to do if you are summoning for your favorite units. The only thing I would recommend, main thing to take away from this video, ultimately, it comes down to if you want to summon for them. They aren't bad units. They've aged quite well. But I would recommend at most waiting until the 16th. Let's see what mid-month is first before summoning on this banner. Because mid-month this time around really does have a potential chance to be 1000G Blood War Quincy units. And even though it's mid-month, we've seen that mid-month banners can be really good, especially if they are 1000G Blood War. And you might want to summon on it if it is some cool characters. Because at this point in time, we've only gotten, excluding this banner, we've only gotten 3 Quincy's this year. So if you tell me we're getting a Quincy banner for mid-month, I'm making sure I have some orbs for it. In the case it is some of my favorite Quincy's. Either way, hope you like to enjoy the video. Let me know if you're summoning on this banner. Like I mentioned, I myself am doing 2 steps. Really hoping these characters will return in the post-selection banner, but there's no guarantee. But like I mentioned at the start, 1000G Blood War has been less limited compared to what it used to be. They are starting to open them up a tad bit, so maybe there is a chance they could be in this year's post-selection. If they are, I'm definitely going to be doing 7 steps from that banner in the hopes to also get them during that time. That's not going to stop me, though, from doing 2 steps on this banner, because getting duplicates of them also wouldn't be any bads. Hope you liked and enjoyed the video, though. See you guys next time. Take care, and peace.